What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content in the near future, give this video a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you at it. Now let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, another team preview, man. Team preview, man. New division. If you guys, before I do get into this video, if you guys haven't seen my AFC North preview, I've done all 4 teams on the AFC North, preview all of them. If you guys haven't seen that, make sure you guys check that out. But now it's to a new division in the AFC, and we're gonna move over to the AFC North to the AFC East. We'll be doing the AFC East today. So let's go on, let's get into it, man. First team that we're doing in the AFC East, if you guys can't tell by the title, it's the New York Jets. I am doing the New York Jets in this team preview, so I'm not going to talk your heads off before we get into it. So let's go ahead and let's get into the team preview. So New York Jets 2019-2020 team preview. You know what we do? We start off with the offense first. Oh, before we start off with the offense, I want to go over their coaching situation. Of course, they're bringing in Adam Gates for coaching and part GM. And we already seen the big news of him, his press conferences, some of the comments that have been made by Adam Gates. It's been, it's been insane, and we haven't even got to training camp yet. So, Adam Gates, we know what he's done with the Dolphins. Hasn't really been that successful with the Dolphins, but new opportunity in New York, and we'll see what he does with the Jets. But we're gonna start with the offense, and we're gonna start off with the new quarterback Sam Darnold. Of course, last year was his rookie season. Sam Darnold, I'm gonna get into things, man. Sam Darnold showed me some potential, man. Of course, just looking at him, he almost has like a similar body to Andrew Luck, like a big, stocky dude, big stocky quarterback. Looks like they should be like cutting trees or whatever. But Sam Darnold, big stocky quarterback, man, and he shows some potential, man. I remember the first game. This is what I really like about Sam Darnold, man. It was literally the first game against the Detroit Lions. His first play of his NFL season, he throws a pick 6. And that same game, he came out and he was still confident. He still showed the confidence of that he's still that great quarterback, and he didn't let his first play of the game, pick 6, didn't affect him. He still had the same confidence to make all the throws that he would usually make, and that's a big part of a young quarterback, man. That's like the first step of being something great in this NFL, man, because in the NFL, if you're a quarterback for the NFL, a starting quarterback for an NFL team, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to throw a few picks. You're going to make a few bad reads. But it's all about how you bounce back from it. And, Sam Darnold, just the confidence that he's shown throughout the entire year. And he has a really good skill set. I like how he can scan the field, has a pretty good arm, can make pretty much every single throw. Just needs to be a little bit more consistent, and that's what happens. You get a little bit more consistent throughout your time in the NFL. So I think Sam Darnold has a really hot peak. I think he has a chance to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, man. I really think he can. But I got some of the stats in front of him, in front of me right now. He threw for 2,865 yards, which is not a lot of yards, but you gotta remember that he didn't play every single game. I believe he missed a few games. Yeah, he only played 13 games, so was a little bit injured throughout the year. But QB percentage 57%, 17 touchdowns throughout the entire year, 15 picks. Like I said, a lot of people have an issue with how many interceptions he's thrown. And yeah, interceptions, they're not, you don't want to throw interceptions, and they can sometimes cause your team to lose, but part of that is showing confidence, and it shows, the quarterback has confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, man, I'm not huge. Like, if a quarterback throws a pick, I'm not one of those people that, like, quarterbacks throw interceptions. Like, I never really had a problem with the players that threw like 15 something interceptions a year. Of course you don't want to throw 15 interceptions, but I mean, those quarterbacks show confidence, and that's one of the main things you need from that quarterback position. Part of confidence is being a leader. Like, you know, if your team sees that you're trying to make those throws to help out your team can rally around you. That's why teams used to rally around Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Because this dude had supreme confidence. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have the issue with the interceptions. Of course, you want to try to tone those down. I think he will throughout his time in the NFL, getting more comfortable with the quarterback position in the NFL. But like I said, man, Sam Darnold has mad potential, and I could see him being a Pro Bowl quarterback. But that's enough for Sam Darnold. Expect him to have a really good season. I could see Sam Darnold having a 4,000 passing, getting around 4,000 something yards, 25 to 30 TDs, and around 10 to 12 picks. He could have a really good season this upcoming year. Next position, probably the biggest acquisition for this team. In fact, it is the biggest acquisition for this team. Le'Veon Bell, man. We already know the stuff that happened with Le'Veon Bell last year. He had pretty much a whole entire holdout last year with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, that organization, you know, it was just wild last year for the whole entire organization and Le'Veon Bell. But, you know, he's back on the football field, signed with the New York Jets. And we already know what this guy brings to the NFL team at that running back position, man. Dude can pretty much do anything. As a running back, man, he can run between the tackles. He's a big body, can run between the tackles, can run on the outside, play the outside zone. He can catch out the backfield. I mean, there's really nothing that he can't do. He's athletic. He can make the big plays. He can get you a first down. I mean, before the holdout, Le'Veon Bell was unanimously the best running back in the NFL, and there was pretty much no question about it. So, if Le'Veon Bell shows up to be 2016 Le'Veon Bell, then the Jets, then it's going to be scary. It's going to be scary. That's an automatic a few wins just adding Le'Veon Bell. That's how big of a difference maker and playmaker he can be. It's just all about, I wonder if he's going to come in with a lot of rust. Maybe he comes in with a lot of rust, but just having Le'Veon Bell, it's going to be huge. I know what Adam Gase said in the all-season, talking about how he felt that they shouldn't have overpaid, or he felt that they overpaid for Le'Veon Bell and all. And maybe that's how he feels, but I mean, it is what it is. No, you heard what they said, though. They said that that's not going to stop him from playing Le'Veon Bell and giving him 20 or 25 carries a game. So even if that's how they feel, they'll work that out, in my opinion. And I mean, I expect big things from Le'Veon Bell. I still think he's one of the top running backs in the NFL. Maybe if you don't feel that he's the best, it's a good competition of who is the best running back in the NFL. It's not one unanimous one running back that just rules over every single running back in the NFL. But Le'Veon Bell is definitely in that top 5 conversation, maybe still in the top 3 conversation. But I expect Le'Veon Bell to come out and be that Pro Bowler running back still. So you got Le'Veon Bell. You have your wide receiving core is actually pretty underrated in my opinion. No big time name wide receivers for the Jets, but you have Robbie Anderson, who shows some potential to be pretty good. Robbie Anderson has made some plays, especially in the deep ball. I seen him make a lot of deep ball passes. So Sam Darnold has a deep threat in Robbie Anderson. You have Quincy Enunwa. I can't pronounce her last name, but I've seen him play a few times, and he's a big possession wide receiver, and I really seen the potential of him. Matter of fact, when I first saw him, I thought he was a tight end. That's how big he was, but he's a wide receiver, and he can really just make plays. Like, I think he has potential to be one of the best possession wide receivers in the NFL. So you have him, and they brought in Jamison Crowder from the Washington Redskins, and he's going to come in and he's going to take that slot receiver position. I mean, he was a really good slot receiver in Washington, and I think he's going to be able to do the same thing. I think the Jets, they can definitely, Sam Darnold can definitely use a slot receiver like Jamison Crowder. And he's just gonna make those plays to get him to get the Jets the first down. So I think those three are gonna play really well. I think those three wide receivers are all gonna have pretty much their best years of their career this year. So I'm expecting them to do their thing on that side. Also, before I jump off the offense, I need to speak about this offensive line. I can't skip over the offensive line. The offensive line is key, man. Key to all big-time offenses, man. And I'll be real. Last year, the Jets' offensive line really didn't impress me. I felt that Sam Darnold got hit too much. He got sacked 30 times, which is not that good. Part of that was Sam Darnold not showing the quarterback awareness to, but it was just some plays where Sam Darnold was just getting hit repeatedly, and that's, of course, not good. Excuse me. But the offensive line, though, it's still, I don't know how to feel about this, man. This might be the downfall of this team. If they don't perform at the level that they could be, it's probably because of this offensive line. I'm going to just run through some names. Brennan Shaw, I'm going to be real, I don't know that much about that dude. You got Brian Winters, Jonathan Harrison, and Calvin Beecham, who they brought from Jacksonville. And then, but there's this one, they did make a good acquisition on the offensive line. And maybe this acquisition that they made on the offensive line improves the entire offensive line as a whole. And that's adding that offensive lineman from the Raiders, Kelchi Usimel. Look, I can't pronounce his name. There's a few names on here that's hard to pronounce, but I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I know he was definitely a Pro Bowl offensive line caliber offensive lineman with the Oakland Raiders. And if he could bring that type of production on the offensive line that he had with Oakland to New York, that could be big, especially from the running game, man. Kelchi, I'm gonna just call him Kelchi. He's going to play left guard. So if he can bring that production on the left guard, like he did in Oakland, that's going to open a lot of running lanes for a person like Bell, and that could be scary. But like I said, with all the teams, though, man, it's going to take more than one offensive lineman. That's the same thing I said about the Ravens. The Ravens it was like Marshall Yanda and nobody else. And I mean, you're gonna need more than one offensive lineman. And the offensive line is at their best when they're working as a unit. You know what I'm saying? So, they're gonna all have to improve. So maybe Kelchi, he can get the best all the offensive linemen there. The tight end position is also a weakness. I felt that they didn't address that part of their team that much. It would have been cool if the Jets were able to bring in a player like Jared Cook, Jesse James, just a wide receiver threat at their tight end position, because they really don't have one. Just a solid tight end. Like there is listed that their starting tight end is Daniel Brown, who played with the Bears last year, and it says another guy named Herndon the fourth, Christopher Herndon the fourth. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know any much about those dudes, and maybe they come out and one of those tight ends show up to be a solid starting tight end. But that's a big part of your team, and it's always good to have a playmaker on the receiving side. And like I said, man, they have 3 wide receivers that I think are really solid, but there's no tight end on this team that's a real playmaker. So a lot of this offense is going to be put on Le'Veon Bell to pretty much carry it. And so I expect Le'Veon Bell to go out and Sam Darnold throwing dump offs to Le'Veon Bell, making plays. It's going to really be the Le'Veon Bell show. It's going to be the Le'Veon Bell show and those 3 wide receivers making plays. So hopefully this offensive line can protect for Sam Darnold. That's going to be the big thing, man. And because, I mean, that's what they're going to need. Maybe if one of these tight ends are a blocking tight end, maybe that'll work out better because they're going to need it because the offensive line is not looking that good. So that's pretty much all I really want to speak on this offense, man. I expect big things from Sam Darnold. I think he has mad potential. I expect Le'Veon Bell to return to 2016 Le'Veon Bell. And I'm expecting that wide receiver trio of Robbie Anderson, Quincy Onua, and Jamison Crowder to have a really big season. So that's my expectations for the offense. Now, let's get into this defense. And this is where I'm really excited for this New York Jets. It's the defensive side, man. Defensive side, man. Let's start off with the defensive line. Work ourselves up from the defensive line to the secondary. And oh yeah, before I even get to the players that's on the defense, let's talk about their new defensive coordinator in Greg Williams. They brought in Greg Williams. Of course, he was like the interim head coach for the Cleveland Browns last year, and actually did pretty well, man. He was part of the team that was getting going. Of course, you know the Cleveland Browns, they fired Hugh Jackson last year, and Greg Williams, he did pretty well. And we already know what he's known to be a defensive guy, known for attacking the passer. I mean, we all know about his days with the Saints, and he had some good days over there. Of course, he was part of that 2019 Saints defense, and they were all about making big plays, causing turnovers. Sometimes kind of hurt them because they would give up big plays also, but that's just the style of play that Greg Williams is about. Of course, we know some of the things that did happen with the bounding gate, but we're not going to speak on that. But just on the defense as a whole, I expect Greg Williams to make the Jets enforcing the Jets to make big plays. So that's what we expect for Greg Williams on this defensive side. But let's go and get to the players, man, because that's what we really care about. And let's start off with the first round draft pick. The first round draft pick, who was picked third overall in the draft, Quentin Williams, man. Quentin Williams, man. When I tell you this guy's the truth, man, on this defensive line, I'm expecting, dude, he might end up being the best player in the whole entire draft. Like, I see a lot of Aaron Donald in him, man. I see a lot of Aaron Donald, man. I mean, this dude is a monster, man. To be that big and make that many type of plays that he does on the line is just plain disgusting. I mean, it's just something about Quentin Williams, man. It's like, what can he not do? Dude's a big body. He can attack the passer. This dude got speed that's insane. Like, this dude's a freak. He's a freak athlete, man. He really is. He's a freak athlete. To make the plays that he does athletically on the line. Like, I was watching tape of him at Alabama, and I couldn't believe the type of plays that he made. I haven't seen that many defensive linemen make plays like that. Maybe I can say Aaron Donald, but, this dude, he's definitely going to be a top defensive lineman in the NFL for pretty much the next 10 years. So, Quentin Williams, they got what they need on their defensive line there. And they also have Leonard Williams, who showed a lot of potential last year. And I expect the duo of Quentin Williams and Leonard Williams to cause a lot of havoc to offenses this upcoming season, man. And that's gonna be key, man. You're gonna need great defensive linemen, especially with the Jets, because they play a 3-4 defense, and you already know the defensive linemen are key. on the 3-4. Of course, linebackers are the biggest thing, but you also have to have good defensive linemen to, you know, handle a 3-4, because I mean, you're facing 5 offensive linemen, you only have 3 D linemen, so they're gonna have to cause havoc. And I think Quentin Williams and Leonard Williams, they can cause mad havoc throughout this entire season. So that's pretty much all I really want to say about this D line. I love the draft pick about from Quentin Williams. This dude has superstar potential. Matter of fact, forget the superstar potential. He will be a superstar. This dude has all-time talent, man. All-time talent, and I'm not sure. Well, actually, I do have defense rookie of the year, so yeah, he might be my candidate to win defensive rookie of the year. I mean, this dude is just that talented. But I could talk all day about Quentin Williams, and Leonard Williams is really good too, so I could speak about that defensive line all day. But we gotta speak on the linebackers, man. And salute to the Jets, man, for going out there and just getting these linebackers, man. Let's start off with C.J. Mosley, man. Great pickup, man. That is a winning. That's a winning type move to get a linebacker like C.J. Mosley to enforce the middle linebacker position. It's just a great move. We know what he did with Baltimore. He was a really good linebacker with Baltimore, and I expect them to bring big things to the Jets. Then they brought in another really good linebacker from the Titans, the Tennessee Titans, and Avery Williamson, man. Great 2 acquisitions right there. Very underrated moves, but Jets just snatched 2 linebackers. It would have been the icing on the cake if they would have found a way how to get Anthony Barr. And they were this close to getting Anthony Barr. Matter of fact, Anthony Barr said that he was going to the New York Jets, but he decided to stay in Minnesota. So you guys were that close to having 3 really good linebackers. And you know, it is what it is, but that was 2 really good pickups. Personally, I don't know much about this Brandon Copeland dude. It says that he played for the Detroit Lions last year. I don't know too much about him, so I really can't speak on him that much. And Jordan Jenkins is somebody that I think I heard a few times of making some plays, but I don't know too much about him either, so I really can't speak on that. But just the additions of C.J. Mosley and Avery Williams is going to definitely help out your linebacking core. Like, just those 2 moves right there, it puts you at least a top 15 linebacking core, maybe. Top 15 linebacker. Am I pushing it? No, I don't think I'm pushing it, man. C.J. Mosley and Avery Williamson is the truth, man. Both of those players can ball. I expect them to make plays on the defensive side, man. But let's talk about this secondary, man. Let's talk about the secondary, man. And we all know about Jamal Adams. Of course, he's one of your big defensive players. He's been the face of your defense since he's pretty much been drafted. Jamal Adams, of course, we know he's a playmaker, makes plays on your secondary. It's a strong safety there, so we expect Jamal Adams to have another great season with the Jets. But they got other secondary players like Brian Poole and Tremaine Johnson, both good veterans right there. Both can play their role. But the thing is with the secondary, there's no lockdown cornerback. Brian Poole and Tremaine Johnson, they're both decent cornerbacks, but they're like nobody I would throw on like a number 1 wide receiver. So when y'all face a team that has a number 1 wide receiver, say for instance the Oakland Raiders, when y'all have to face AB, or when y'all face the Falcons with Julio Jones, or gotta face the Texans with Denard Hopkins, or face the Saints with Mike Thomas, like when you guys face a team like that, or when y'all face Cleveland, because I know you guys face Cleveland early in the season, you guys going to face Odell Beckham, and then you're gonna have another player guard Jarvis Landry. So you guys might struggle against teams with top-end wide receiver play. So I guess that's something you guys gonna have to work on, is finding a dominant cornerback. Maybe you guys should make a move for Jalen Ramsey. I heard that he's been on trade rumors. been on some trade rumors. He might have to make a move for Jalen Ramsey, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I know Jalen Ramsey's been in trade rumors, but I don't see him really moving from Jacksonville. But that's pretty much my overview for the defense, man. And honestly, I haven't really liked how I made these videos too long. Like, these videos have been going on way too long. So yeah, I need to go ahead and get things going, man. But I've been enjoying these team previews. But you guys know what time it is. After I talk about the offense and defense, that leads me to ranking the teams. And you know how I rank them. It's in tiers. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, and Tier 5. And where did I put the Jets at? I've been thinking about it. It's been a tough one because there's two tiers that I'm thinking about putting them in. But after thinking about it, I'm gonna put them in Tier 3, man. I'm gonna put them in Tier 3. I think that they're pretty much up there, around the average teams, man. I don't think they're as bad as people think, and I actually think they could surprise a few teams, man. The Jets made a lot of moves I like, man, and especially with them drafting Quentin Williams and adding 2 linebackers like a C.J. Mosley and Aaron Williams. I expect them to make a lot of moves, especially from their front 7. I expect their front 7 to be really good this year, and that's why I can't put them at Tier 4. I think that they're gonna make some moves, and their defense is gonna make a lot of plays. And they're going to handle business on that front 7. And plus, when you add a player like Le'Veon Bell, your team automatically gets better, like, when you add that type of player like that. But, that's just how I feel about it, man. If there's any Jets fans around, maybe you fear that your team is a Tier 2. Maybe you guys are a Tier 1. Maybe you think you're one of the elite teams in the NFL. I doubt it, but, I thought I gave y'all a lot of praises in this video. I really think y'all team can make a lot of moves, especially if Sam Darnold comes out and can just show off, which I think he will. I think he can. I think he has potential to be a Pro Bowl quarterback. But I expect him to make a mini jump. I expect him to get in that 20 or 25 touchdown range and, close to 4,000 yards. So that's just how I feel about it, man. But like I say in all my videos, man, if you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content in the near future, give this video a like, and if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. I'm the Phenomenal One, and I'm out. Deuces.